everybody, and welcome to Inside Line Racing. This is ILR4. We're halfway through the European section of Season 4, and we go to most people's home Grand Prix and our home Grand Prix as well. It is Silverstone, the famous Grand Prix that started it all back in 1950. Now, I'm Jess, and I'll be your commentator, and as you can tell, you can hear someone's crackle in the background. Well, you just heard it, but it's not now. But that's obviously a clue of who's commentating with me tonight. It is the legend, Mr. Evil Dragon. Hello.
Well, hello there. And yellow flags immediately come out as soon as I say something, because of course they would. Who's crashed?
I don't know.
Someone's got... there are many yellow... I think there's just yellow... There's a car flying on my screen. Oh my god.
And it's Rich that's out, so he's retired.
Yeah. He's more than retired. His car is upside down on my screen. That's not gone well. No. And that is no qualifying for him. But, yeah. 14 minutes of qualifying around one of the best circuits in the world. Silverstone first hosted a race in 1950. Of course, Silverstone isn't the only race to host a race. 1915 still be hosting a race today. Of course, the other two circuits well, that would be is Monza, of course, Italy, and as well as Monte Carlo. Now, the British Grand Prix has gone to quite a few different venues in the past. Not only Silverstone, it went to Brands Hatch, and of course Aintree as well in the past as well. Quite mixed up as well as Donington, although that hosted the European Grand Prix in 1993 with the brilliantly named Sonic Trophy. Well, I'll go P1 in the Force India. It's now going to be called Rating Point F1 next season. So get ready for that. The Force India is dead as we know it after just over 10 years in Formula 1. And now long live Racing Point.
Yeah. It's going to be not the same without that Force India name. It's very iconic, but it's still in this game luckily, so we can live that for the next couple of races. But anyway, Rich has just got pole with a 127. Now, this is the first time this season, where we have introduced the blue hard tyres, which is in use today in qualifying, which is interesting. One is by Carmed and one is by the Sauber Faber. So... not
the best tyres to go on, if I may say. I've seen quite a lot of people in the past. These tyres do not work that well. They're really easy to slip and slide. So expect Carmed, you can see there, 32. He's a full... over 4 seconds slower than the nearest rival as well, so disappointing. But let's hope he can improve on those tyres. Maybe just getting a banker in as well, get those tyres potentially for the race. Unlikely to use them in the race because they would just go the full distance and more. But interesting to see. Yellow flags flying at Sector 2, so someone's made a mistake down there.
yeah.
Joe coming through the last corner and crosses the line to begin his lap. So everyone selling laps in this session so far.
This is the first time in a while where the super softs are not being used. So...
indeed, mediums and softs being used. A very conservative strategy here for the tyres around Silverstone, and in comes the Williams there, and Mr. Skies into the pits. Leg gets slowed down to just over 20 miles an hour. 37 he'll go up to in the end. We said one of the few races where we don't see the softest compound. We see only the soft tyres this season. Next year, though, in Formula 1, you'll be able to see that it's only going to be soft, medium, hard. So that'd be good and not confusing now.
And I did see it, well, I didn't see it in testing, but we did see some lap times in testing from they're using some of the 2019 tyres. And obviously they're a bit slow at the moment, but they were just getting used to it. But it's already making me excited about the real life, because obviously the real life F1 is now to an end, but we still got this, of course. We've got some people going on their second laps, the main aspect.
Yeah, Humberto improves up to 5th in the other McLaren. Let's see, 1st and 5th. They're chill drive in P2 right now, and Niccolo in P3 in the Ferrari. So Ferrari starting to show their form this season. Had a disappointing start to the season, a few mistakes, of course, here and there, but back on track and starting to fly again in those red beautiful Poranting horses. The number 99 there of Niccolo, and as well as his teammate, of course, the number something. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we'll figure that out in a minute, what number it is.
We will see once they come across the line a few times. And there's some
Number
interesting...
23.
23, oh, that's my birth age. No, not my birth age, my current age.
Your birth age, you were born at age 23.
No, oh, yeah, I was born at 95, sorry.
Meaning you are now 46.
No,
in
no.
that case.
Oh my god. Yeah, we got yellow flag in sets 1, sets 2, don't know what happened now, but we could see people going into the 126. I do believe that was reached in ILR5 earlier on tonight. Someone went in the 126, I believe, so we could see someone in the 126s here. We shall see, and the best strategy here, I think, is a medium to hard, if I was them, because that lasts the longest.
Looks like some people, Carmed, might be trying, as well as Foff, going for the super hard, possibly to the soft. If they do that, there'll be a very bold strategy around Silverstone, so keep an eye on it, but it could be a masterclass strategy. Wait for the Toro Rosso to set laps, by the way. They have not come out the pit lane yet, so they're rating very long. Still moments to go in qualifying, but everything going well for them. Gav Pig right down the back as well. He's got on a lap right now, coming into the last chicane, into Club and then into the Vale. Easy little corner of the Vale, easy to run out wide there. Those curves on the outside catch you out there. Flan, he actually goes P1 actually, 126.9, so stonking lap from the Red Bull.
Yeah.
And that is really showing us we are going in the 26s, but how far in the 26s are we going? Can we get low 26s?
I think we could see a few faster times than that, but it is all to play for here as this field in ILR4 is really close this season, especially because some of these guys never raced the league season since before season 4, so times at the moment for these guys, especially in the top 10, are pretty impressive, and this could make interesting battles for overtaking, and one of my favourite tracks as a result. Cops Corner, again, quite a popular place. It's obviously the DRS straight and lots of other cool things. And
indeed, I'm bored with Ritson right now as they come down towards Abbey. Of course, he used to go left back in the old days, but now goes right into this quick little tricky section. It's kind of Mickey Mouse section, then quick into the loop, break it down into third gear. Almost down to second here sometimes in some cases. There we go, down to second there. Then on the exit into Aintree Corner. Difficult corner, lad. It's easy to lose the rear end. Down to where Raikkonen crashed in 2014, I remember, under that little bridge there. Down into Brooklands and Luffield. Of course, getting mixed up, there's a massive sign that says Brooklands on the building there on the right of the RDC building. Into Luffield, where the old circuit used to go. And bring it back up, of course, down into Woodcut. Quick little corner, completely flat. Easy does it then, of course, past the pit straight. Down into Cops Corner. Will they be going flat in qualifying? I expect they will. A little bit lift off there, actually, but quite high indeed. Now into the Quiggle section here. Maggots and Beckett's, and then to Chapel. Completely flat on the entry. Down 2 gears here normally. That down to 6. Back up power there on the exit. A bit wide for him there, but got to give it down the hanger straight now. Mansell and PK are battling down here in 86. Are we going to see any battles there? There's a slow moving Renner on the inside into Stoke.
And someone in the grass. A Sauber, Faber. That didn't help.
Down into Club. Chuck it into the left, chuck it into the right, and into the Vale again. Third gear, build it up, back up to 4th, into 5th, into 6th, maybe on the exit, cross the line, bit of a wibble on that, then goes P1.
That was a very good lap from him, keeping it very clean across these corners. He scored points to prove, and he was full right in the 126s. He didn't play around, didn't he, Evil?
Yeah, he was right on it. Made a small mistake into Chapel there. He'll probably be kicking himself there. And of course a little bit into Stowe as well, a little bit wide, but overall really hooked up the lap there. It was very impressive indeed. By the way, Chill driving P3 by the way, I believe that was the driver he saw going off the road there. And of course down the field, and we have a little issue here in the pits. That is Farf stuck in the pits there. He's waiting for his teammate to go in before he gets in, so miscommunication for the Sauber boys there, the Alfa Romeo Sauber. In comes a throw of Carl as well, right down the back there. So he's trying an audacious strategy here. He's now actually gone on the soft tyres. So he's definitely trying to gamble on it, and still rating for Rover and Rai race to settle up. Have they both got penalties, a quali ban or something?
I don't know. I will double check that right now on the forums, because obviously I don't really check the forums as much as I used to, and that's not nice for me, since I should be checking it since we're commentators, but don't usually check. But from now on, I will check when these guys got penalties. I wonder if Rich has got a quality ban.
Yeah, and Trent's gone in the air as well. So quite a lot of drivers have penalties. Both for Renaults and Toro Rosso still to set laps. I believe, actually, I say that. Are they coming out? No, they're still not coming out. The main aspect is lowering the other Renault. Great yellow. Now, that there, I'm afraid, I don't think you can do. Crossing the white line there out of the pits, and he's pulling over.
Yeah.
Letting the Ferrari through. So, a little bit of a naughty way out the pits there. I'm surprised maybe the stewards might have to look at that of exit the pits there, but I cut straight across that. Luckily, no drivers near him. So, no harm done there. The great yellow banana. Always love the Renault livery. It's one of my favourite liveries. Recently, I've heard quite a lot of people in communities be saying, why don't they bring back the blue and yellow? For those people who don't know about the Renault, of course, on this game, they have the 2006 Renault. People say, why does it not have the Mild 7 sponsor on it? Now, for those who don't know, and quite a lot of people don't know this, it is because of advertising bans that cigarettes are not allowed. Mild 7 is, well, a cigarette company, like Marlboro and all that as well. Of course, yes, Ferrari now have, I believe, I think it's still not Marlboro exactly, but the sponsor is e-cigarettes, so basically being cheeky and putting smoking back in.
And the same with alcohol as well. That's why Martini is not in the game for Williams.
Yeah, it's pulling out next season, of course, due to the bans as well. And also now just officially that gambling's been banned on TV as well. So that's going to mean we won't see any adverts for gambling again, because they're horrible, like gambling adverts on YouTube. Because I don't know why they have gambling adverts on YouTube. Sure. Sometimes they come up, sometimes they don't. Random luck of the game. Meanwhile, 1-2 for McLaren, by the way. So this is very good for McLaren. And now out on the pits. And now on laps, I believe, come Robo and Rai Race. They're now back out on circuit. Rai Race is setting up a lap then. So, and Gavpig goes P1 in the Red Bull. 1:26.4.
Wow.
Right, now we've got a benchmark. Now we're going to see these drivers go for it. Robo and Rai Racer. The guys have been so far at this championship so good. Unlucky in quite a few races, Jess, haven't they, Lo?
Yeah, they have been. Especially Robo has had a few more issues than Rai Racer, I think, due to the fact that he's been involved in a few collisions. But I think this is a race where they could turn down some fortunes. It is a track where a lot of people are good at. They put a lot of practice in. His trench gun has just retired there. Well,
he's happy with that there.
Yep, he's happy. He's 9/10 off.
P9.
Which is still good.
Yeah,
it's still good.
P9 in the Renault there. And I have to say that I believe retiring the car in qualifying does actually allow you to change tyres for the race. So I believe that's still a thing. So they may have to get looked at if he's done that. But either way, through Maggott and Beckett?
I don't think so. I think they still have to go on the soft, I think. But
I think they may have changed it now, but let's see, low sector 1, yellow flags, Rai Racer, not the best lap. He was a bit scruffy down the Wellington straight there. It was on the grass, actually. But down here we come into Clubland, late braking, down into 4th, 3rd, 2nd. Back in the power, a bit of a slide, up to 3rd, up to 4th, up to 5th. Into 6th on the exit there, bloods the line. Can he get that car up? Only 11.
Yeah.
We'll have another lap. What about his teammate? He's only coming through Vale right now. Sorry, Aintree there. So, starting a lap there. Someone else improved as
he's slowing down.
He's just improved there.
Yeah. He probably got his time invalidated.
Letting the Ferrari through. I believe that must have been Cole getting through. So getting right out the way there. Really good. One thing I'd love on this game, if they could really mend the spectate mode sometimes. It's really hard to see which drive you're trying to view. But,
it is quite difficult sometimes.
Yeah, so maybe, like Project Cars did, maybe change the graphics from white to a slightly more darker colour. Far retarded from the session. But
Must be
Gavpig
happy.
currently P1 in the Red Bull. That is impressive. That's like 2 and 3 flying as well as someone else retired. I think that might be Kingdom. Yeah, there's a car off from the inside there. Who else has improved now? And that's Mr. Sky in the Williams now up to P3. So they're all improving right now. This is incredible.
Robo Jeep's
26, 4, 6, 7 and 8. So they're very close. Who else on a lap? Robo coming through the last sector, of course.
No, he's about to start another one. He's going to do another one. Obviously, he's spun before. One Sauber's gone into the pits.
Carl up to P11.
Robo.
So he's happy in the Ferrari.
Robo's got... Yeah, he's got plenty of time. You will be the last person to cross the line, I think. So...
Yeah, I think... let's see. Someone else might be very close to that line. I don't think they've done it.
No. As Gavpig has crossed the line, he stays with 126.4. But Ritson is on a flyer. He's approaching really fast on sector 3 at the moment. He's looking very good.
Through into the last corner. It's a bit of a slide. That's going to cost him a little bit of time, that.
Yeah.
In the last corner, blasted the straight. Can he get that car back on the front row? No, he cannot. Now, let's see who else is on the lap that can improve.
Sky, I think. No, he's not.
Nicolo up to P2.
Nicolo is one of these guys who's also had bad luck this season. And he is looking on for a strong... He's had good qualifying pace, but his race pace has not been particularly good. So maybe 10 changing fortunes. Roberto's on the lap, but it doesn't look like it's going to be pole. No, it's not. He's still in P6. Chill drive.
Yeah, Robo's backed out of his lap as well. Carthy goes up to P9 there in the Haas. Chill drive coming down the straight. 2/10 up here, so this is a good lap. It's a good lap indeed, so he can get himself up the field quite a bit here then. Free. Yeah. He comes into Stowe, runs a little bit wide there. That'll cost him a bit of time. Down to the brakes again there, down into second gear. Maybe third for him actually, taking a higher gear, getting more grip on the exit. Bit of a slide through the last corner. Let's see, can that force India get himself up the field, up to P5 there. Good lap from him.
Not bad.
Anyone else on a lap? I think not.
No.
So Gavpig will get pole by just over 1/10 of a second there from Nicolo. Redson looks to be P3.
65,000 separating between Gavpig and Nicolo. So.
Very impressive stuff indeed. Sky's in P4 then. Childrive P5 ahead of Cam then in P6. The Force India's 5th and 6th. Alberto down in P7 then. So he has rather been sharpened down that order very quickly there. And behind we have Kohi there coming through and just runs into the back of another car there. That's the AI taking over there. There's a bit of the Red Bull and the Renault there having a bit of a thing.
A moment.
Red Bull's trusting the Renault. And maybe that's what they want to do next season with the Honda engines.
Yes. And Chill Drive is actually leading the championship right now. So he's looking for a very good finish today in Britain, which I think he will. I think he will get a podium again. But we've got Gavpig, who is on pole. Most of these guys qualified on the soft tyres. So that's what they were starting in the race, of course. Nicola in second. Ritson in third. Mr. Sky in 4th, Chill Driver in 5th, Cam K in 6th, Roberto in 7th, Coley in 8th, Jay Carty in 9th. Jay Carty is 3rd in the championship. Kingdom Martin in 10th, Trench Gun in 11th, Farbird 12th, Carmed 13th, Joe 14th, Ryan Racer 15th, Ryan Berry 16th, Robo Jeep 17th, Mr. Sim 8th. Okay, that didn't go towards the end of that, but there were 3 others that also finished the lap as well. So we've got a full grid tonight, which is good, I think. A good turnout for ILR4, of course. And we're in for a cracker. This is going to be nice and sunny. Any early predictions, Evil?
Well, we can only expect the unexpected, as Silverstone tends to bring up excitement. I do not believe any rain forecast for the race at all, but good to see if we get some information on that one. But nice and sunny right now, of course. 50% race, so that's going to be around about 27 laps.
Yeah, 27. Yeah, that's what it was at the
27 laps.
Tiers earlier on.
So it's going to be a long old race, of course. Strategy rise, easy one stop, of course. Soft to medium. I believe some drivers might be on the super hards. So we'll only see about that one in a few moments. But here comes those lights, of course, to begin the formation lap. And away they'll go on that formation lap then. So Gavpig will lead this field away. Are we going to see any people disqualified, of course, on the formation lap? Let's hope not, indeed.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah.
But
also, the top 11 on soft tyres. The first guys on mediums is going to be Farf and then Cole. And then we got Joe on the softs. With a bit of a mixed-up grid then. Fair to say, disappointing qualifying, I suppose, actually, from Joe. Ryan and, of course, Mr. M and the main aspect, of course, Mr. M retiring, I believe. And, oh, dear.
2 disqualifications already. You jinxed it now.
Well, I had to say it. And I have to say, of course, Mr. M retiring at the end of this season, if I'm not mistaken. I read it somewhere that he's retiring, of course, moving a different day. So we'll no longer see him in ILR4, but hopefully moves up to greener pastures. And we wish him the best luck at the end of the season, of course, in Abu Dhabi. But right now, we've got Silverstone deal with. It's still over 12 or 13 races to go this season.
We're round 10, so we've got 11 races left after this one.
Yeah. Absolutely incredible how long these seasons are. I remember about 15 years ago, Silverstone would have been, well, 6 rounds to go till the end of the season, of course. But that's just how time flies, of course. I remember Silverstone used to be held in April back in the day. And it didn't end well in April. It always rained because it's Britain. April, rainy season. Doesn't end well. But there you can see, oh, we got a car off.
That's Chill Drive. That's Chill Drive.
Yeah, Chill Drive. And was that with Cam there, I believe? Maybe not. I think that might have been up front there. As all the drivers are getting a little bit interesting here. What's going on up here as everyone gets inside each other. But formation lap coming to an end. So interesting things going on here on the formation lap. A Force India third row lockout's going to be exciting. But it is going to be a Red Bull v Ferrari v McLaren on the top 3. So we're going to see excitement into turn 1. Well, can you see, waiting up for the last couple of cars, Rich and the main aspect, bringing up the back row of the grid. And that's a little bit of an interesting way to park that car, the Williams there, parking it very weird on the back. But here we go then. 5 red lights ready to come on here in Silverstone then. So it is going to be 5 lights, and who are we going to see in turn 1? Is it going to be Red Bull? Is it going to be Ferrari? Let's go. Racing, this lights are on for an age and are underway. It's a good start there from Nicolo. He's got a mega jump. Look for the Williams in the background here. They go 3 wide into turn 1. I think the Red Bull's gone off the road. Yes, they have. There's cars in the back. We got cars going everywhere. There's contact. There's massive contact in the back. Got a Renault off in the background. I think one of the Rye Racer off as well. So they're all tripping over each other. There's debris flying everywhere here as they're all going absolutely nails into turn 3 and 4 here, but it's a good start from Nicolo. It is a brilliant start from the Williams there. More cars off in the background, one of the other Red Bulls, and here goes Sky there, trying on the inside of the Ferrari. Can't do it there. And look at the Force India now coming through. And Gavpig's dropping down the field like an absolute brick right now.
Yeah, not the best of starts from Gavpig. He did eventually get off the line eventually, but Nicolo just had a better start and was able to get a better lift off. Oh, someone's gone wide. That is Mr. Sky in the Williams. We must have jinxed him a little bit there, but he's dropping down the rest of the field now and is bumping into P8. He's going to be under pressure now. His tyres are probably has to pit earlier than he used to. Kingdom Martin's under pressure at the moment. He's in the grass again almost. Gavpig's dropped it again because Ritson is now making his way through the field. So
we got content down the back, Jess, by the way. Robo and Main Aspect just come together, more debris for those two. So they're all running over each other here down the back. So absolute carnage going on down here. But it's Nicolo and Chill Drive and P2 right now. So incredible start from the Force India driver. Gavpig there ahead of Cam there. So Force India doing incredibly well. And they've got all these cars dropping down the field. Trent's gone off the road somewhere.
Mr. Sky's
and they've got the safety car out. Sky is out of the race there. So he's gone off. In comes in the background, so Co's come in then, as well as Robo, so these guys coming in there. So the one who qualified P3 almost turns for P1 in the first couple of corners is out of the British Grand Prix before it's even begun, and we have the virtual safety car like you said. So it's all gone rather downhill, rather quickly there.
Both of the people at the bottom, Coley and Robos, decided to take the virtual safety car to their advantage and pit when they can. Because then they can catch up to the rest of the field and it wouldn't affect them as much. Very brave.
And here we go, green flag. And have to say, they're going on the hard tire, so they're going to the end of this race here. So this is going to be bold strategy for them now, but it's Nicolo then ahead of Chill Drive. He's got a very good exit, by the way. Like I say, that gets completely sideways, it almost spins it. But very close together. And these top three have rather left gap pick for dead here. He has not reacted to the end of the safety car that well.
No.
And look at here, look. The Ferrari goes wide. The Ferrari's gone wide. This is going to be a good slipstream here. Chill Drive's right in the toe here. He's going to have to go defend to his Nicolo. He's going to swoop around the outside. Here we go then. Slipstream. Can he do it the long way round? He's right there. He's contact. Losing a bit of front wing there. Now Richton up the inside. More contact here. And they're all getting a bit argy-bargy. Richton's going to try up the inside. And the Ferrari's going to go wide in the foreground. This is getting a little bit hectic here. This is getting a bit unnecessary. As off goes the force in, but the McLaren wants to try and make a move here. And that is Herberto and getting a bit sideways in the background. So they're all getting rather agitated here under the beginning of the race, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They've got to be extremely careful because it's not actually run in the first few laps. They've got to take it a little bit easier when they overtake. They just don't. It's not important about track positions as of yet. Because don't forget they're on different strategies, but obviously the top six are on soft. But that was probably why a few people down the front originally started making those mistakes and dropped further down the field. So they just got to be aware of their surroundings and know when to make the move. And obviously the soft tyres are the softest tyres available, and if they get too hot around Silverstone, then they'll have to pit earlier for a set of mediums or hards. But
yeah, Rye Racer and Cole, by the way, just came in again. So there's been something going on down there. Cole pit in very early as well. I think he had damage. And Chill Drive gets a 3-second tyre penalty there. And he gets a terrible exit here. Now here comes the McLaren slipstreaming here. He's going to go to the left, is he not? He's going to go to the outside, defending from the Force India. But how was those brakes on the McLaren? He's alongside. He's going to squeeze him wide here. Force him saying, oh, not coming through. But the McLaren's land coming through, and now they've got the Red Bull track on the outside, almost runs into the back. That's gapping there, and the man who was running up so far, that's when they come through. The McLaren trying on the outside, can't do it. Has to back Nicolo, fastest lap. They're all getting a little bit close now. It's Red Bull, McLaren, Force India, and Force India battle away to turn one. That's a good exit from Gab. He's going to have a look up the inside. He's going to dive up the inside of one. He's going to dive up the two. Runs deep off the road. No way come through. The McLaren says, I'll have 2 and 1. Thank you very much. And straight back through.
that was almost a good move for Gab Pig, but he just went a little bit wide there, and that cost him a little bit. But Richardson holding on to that second place. And he's doing ever so well in the McLaren. Cam K now going to join in.
He took second from Chill Drive because Chill Drive had to back off there because of the diving Red Bull, allowed the McLaren to come through. So team play there, I suppose, accidentally between these two, and Chill Drive's not going to be happy about that, I'm afraid.
No.
Gap Pig there is now P4 and Cam P5. Behind him, by the way, the other McLaren not too far back, and there's a good exit here from the Red Bull. He's going to have a look. They'll have to back off there. No way through that. Ended tears. And he does back through. Now is Chill Drive going to start backing the Red Bull back up into Cam here? Because that's what he's doing. Cam goes off the road, I say that. He's gone off that. McLaren's coming through. He is going to come through. So the McLaren's going to take capitalizes on that one. Side by side, the McLaren just pulls ahead there. And let's see, can he get through on the brakes? Cam keeps up the inside, but around the outside, no contest there. And the McLaren of Herberto through, and up the inside, here comes Red Bull down the inside. He goes, late on the brakes. Runs out wide, tries to get the cut back. Let's see, blasted through. Let's see up the inside. We'll have to back off here. Right, losing space low. Fair play. Richardson gets a penalty. Gap pick up the inside there on Chill Drive. Has to back off there into turn one. Now it's Chill Drive going to come back through. Gap pick runs wide. And let's see, he's going to come back through, I feel that. No, has to back off there because up the inside comes the McLaren now. So they're all getting a little bit here. And now still trying on the outside. Still can't do it. Now let's see, good exit here. Blast around the outside, and Chill Drive says, I'm coming back through. And through he comes, but still not over. The McLaren's still there. Slipstream DRS, of course, but the Chill Drive will have DRS on the car ahead of Gap Pig, so I think he could have got a new leader.
It's Richardson. So we didn't see what happened there, because obviously we were concentrating about what happened with the guys up front. But Richardson doing very well in the McLaren and managing his tyres better than Nicolo. and has taken the lead there. But Nicolo's all over the back of him.
Yeah, Richardson has a time penalty, remember, Lo. So, let's see, Lo. He's saving the ERS quite well here, I believe. Yeah, so he's going to be vulnerable down the back straight there. A sailor, that's not what really Nicolo wanted.
No.
Runs too wide, and now look all of a sudden, Gapig's right with these guys now. So Gapig out of nowhere, flying. So Nicolo's gone off somewhere, I feel, Jesse. He had about a 3-4 second lead, so he's gone off or made a mistake around the circuit.
I think he's struggling with his tyres. It's getting to that stage that tyres are starting to lose a bit of grip now in these hot conditions. So it does look hot around here. So Nicolo's just got to find some time of when he needs to pit now. Because if he carries on...
Oh, chill drive up the inside into Abbey. That is brave. Can he do that?
Oh.
Forces the Red Bull off the road there. And now look here is now they're all going to come through. This is going to get in contact as someone's going off here, I think. And Herberto goes through. Now look at Cam. He's been swamped by the Sauber as well. And this is all getting rather personal now. And this is all because of Nicolo slowing these guys up here. They're all getting very close now. As now Chill Drive, I think, starting to have a look up the inside of the Ferrari. Down he goes. Contact, forces him wide. Gives him space on the exit to come back up the inside. Let's see more contact now. They're getting personal. Razi Bargi's going to force him right off of the curb there. Now let's see. Good exit load. And let's see. Side by side. Down into Cox. Let's see. Inside versus outside. He looks like Chill Drive's got the position. Contact. He's forcing him round. Oh, no. Oh, God.
We have it. Oh, God.
And we got the Red Bull, and that is Gapig off in a heavy way into the wall.
What happened there? He just seemed to take it a little bit too much. He
Contact with Cam in they were 3 wide, I feel there. Now look at it. Nicolo, and they're all going 2 or 3 abreast as contact in the background. Round the axle goes Herberto. It's a McLaren 1-2 here in Silverstone.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And Nicolo's going into the pits, probably for a set of hards, I think.
Yeah, that's to bail out of that one there, unfortunately. Those tyres look shot.
They do. I was right then that he was struggling for a little bit of grip, which is why he made a few mistakes there. But that means he's going to drop further down the field, which is not good as where he needs to be.
What a race you have right now, by the way. Look, McLaren 1-2, Force India 3-4. Then comes the first of the Mercedes runners. Then Trent's gone in car feed. So absolutely kind of Nicolo, Fast, Gapig all in the pits right now. So they're all coming in right now. And expect a lot of action right now as we all start to come into the second phase of this Grand Prix.
Yeah, almost halfway, of course. Not quite yet, though. We've also got Farber and Gapig, due to that mistake, has to pit as well. I did see Nicolo pit, and he's gone to a set of medium, so he didn't go on a hard, so we could see him stop again. Or can he take it to the end? We'll find out soon as well. Race has got a 3-second time penalty. Not the best race for the Toro Rosso camp, I gotta say. They just gotta give it all.
Yeah, again, Toro Rosso. This season has gone from bad to worse, but it's the McLaren boys here. Now look at the gap they've got. Chill Drive only a few temps behind Herberto here, but you have to say it's looking promising for your leaders.
Yes, very impressed with these two. And also, Trench Gun and Joe is doing quite well as well. But don't forget, Joe, I don't think hasn't pitted yet. I don't believe. No, he hasn't.
Yeah, Mistrim just got past by. Mistrim's had an incredible first part of this race. He's battling here with Kingdom here. He's trying around the outside into the last couple of corners, runs himself out of road. And good move from Mistrim there. He came right through the third course. Relating to pit stop, not all these drivers have pitted actually. Let's see. Yeah, everyone below 11th yet to stop in this motor race. In fact, Ryan comes in then as well as King gets a penalty there, unfortunately, as well. So still a lot of action coming in as Ryan comes in and gets those tyres changed. So, let's see where the driver's going. And Ryan on the hard, super hard tyres as well as Kohi right now. So, Nicolo really just has to make his way through. He could still win this motor race.
He can, because he's the ones that stopped, he's ahead of them, so he's got an advantage here. But I think it's not going to be enough if he wants to gain the lead at the moment, because the gap between first and 11th for him is around about 17 seconds, but he could just about do it if these guys pit now. So Nicolo's race is not over yet. He's put himself in a very good position for pitting when he did, because if he didn't pit when he did, he would have struggled. So,
talking about struggling, Jess, Gavpig here, stuck behind Rai Racer. Unfortunately, that mistake caused contact. We believe it was contact with the Force India of Canberra. We'll have to get a replay potentially, or see something there, but there were about 3 or 4 abreast coming towards that corner. And I think here Rai Racer is going to let through potentially the Red Bull here. He goes around the outside, trying around the outside. It's a bit necessary there to get very close there, but Gavpig stuck behind Rai Racer right now as Joe and Mistrom again switch positions there. So in as he comes Joe there in the Mercedes. Rai Racer here under pressure from Gavpig. I think Gavpig's got a nice run here, Jazz. He's going to come through. Rai Racer going on the grass down the back straight there, and main aspect gets a penalty
easily
as well.
Done.
Through comes the Red Bull.
Easily done from Gavpig. He's got a point to prove now. He's made those mistakes, and all he's got to do is climb his way up the field now. As Joe and Kingdom Martin is all going away all to the pits now. Joe, I think, let me just see what tyres Joe's going on to. He's going on to a set of mediums. Mediums.
Yeah, medium tyres there indeed. And you can see where he's come out ahead of Gavpig though. So that is absolutely disastrous. That spin has cost him at least about 20 seconds there to Nicolo. Nicolo's coming through Brooklands and Luffield right now, and Gavpig hasn't even come down the back Wellington straight. That is incredible. Childrive, meanwhile, he's catching up to P2.
Childrive doing ever so well to try and recover. He's avoiding those mistakes that everyone else is making. And he's going to the pits.
In he comes. The number 4 comes in then. Are we going to see anyone else come in? Are we going to see likes of anyone behind? No, we're not. So, Trent's gone then. Is going to come through and get up to P4 as we're now waiting to see where Childrive's going to come out. Someone else gets a penalty. There's quite a lot of drivers with penalties in this race. 16 laps to go here at Silverstone. Medium tyres go on the Force India. Down goes the Jacks. Away he goes. And let's see, good stop there. Let's see where he's going to come out compared to Nicolo.
That's the most important thing right now.
He'll come out behind.
I think he'll come in
it's
front
not
of
going
him.
to be by much, though.
Oh, no, he's not.
Yeah, he'll come out just behind, about 2-3 seconds there. So, but remember, fresher tyres, you've seen how Nicolo struggled on the later stages of the first stint, so only can expect more problems later on, so he's going to need a miracle.
He does, but they are definitely good drivers, so they can put their mind into it. And Nicolo, if he keeps up his good work, he can on for his best finish, because he deserves all the good luck in the world. And just to get a huge plug, the ILR Awards votes are still up, and he's nominated for quite a few. And
meanwhile,
I think we've got Joe.
Take that from Joe to interrupt you there. Yeah, just got back past there on the wire and couldn't do a lot there. Super hard tyres versus the mediums. That is a massive step indeed. They're skipping the hards as well. So it's 2 compounds different, and Ritson comes in. So Herberto now leads this race.
Yeah.
And let's see what tyres is Ritson going on. Now he needs to watch out. Where is Nicola compared to Ritson in there? I think, yeah, the top 4 apart from Herberto is in. Medium tyres coming on the McLaren. Cam as well. They're all going to go on the medium tyres, I feel, yeah.
That was a good stop for Ritson. That was a very good stop. Very fast reaction times. As we're going to see where he comes out in front of his relative as Cam K and Trench Gun and Jay Carty.
That's going to be very close. I think, yeah, he's just going to come out ahead here, Jess. He's going to come out just ahead. Look at that. It's going to be very close here on the brake. But he'll have DRS here. So this could be a real opportunity here. The McLaren, the Ferrari up the inside. That's very brave contact. Try to force him. Well, that's a bit unnecessary, Nicolo. Don't try to do that. We'll get DRS. That's compromising massively here. He wants his position. He wants the lead. He's going to come through it with Jess up the inside. There on the brakes into Brooklands. Let's see. Don't chop each other's front wings off here. He's desperate for it. This is one of the opportunities he's going to get here. He has to do it if he wants it. Sector 2 yards back. Someone's gone off down the back of the field.
Yeah, I don't know who that was. I didn't quite see that, but I do see
I think it's Ryan.
Berry. Yeah, it is Ryan
Might
Berry.
be. Now Nicolo got a penalty there. That is disastrous for him here. We've got traffic in the way here. That's Mistrip. This is really going to allow Ritson to be trouble here. This is not what these guys wanted here. This is absolutely disastrous here. Now look at this. Here we go, Niccolo. They're going to go free abreast. This the Haas is holding him up. Here comes the Ferrari down the inside into Stowe. Forcing him out wide. Fantastic move in the lap. But the traffic there indeed not helping as in he comes now. And Rich is back up the inside. He's not giving up here. Contact, forcing each other wide. This is getting a little bit spicy. To the last corner. Into Vale. Still side by side. And Richard still retains the lead here in Silverstone. This is incredible.
Very proud of how Ritson is able to defend and attack very, very well. He knows where Niccolo is going. And Ritson is not like when someone overtakes him, he stops. He doesn't stop at all. Very nice. And all Joe's got a time penalty. Joe's not having the best race.
Ritson here weaving down the straight bother, Jess. So he is not happy. And the Ferrari to the rear. The Ferrari into the back of the McLaren. Damage, I don't think he has. This is getting far too personal here to McLaren and Ferrari. Williams in this race. He's going to get stopped. But that's going to come in. I think these guys in the top bump in a minute. So, and this look at Chill Drive catching.
Chill Drive is catching up due to that battle happening at midfield as well. So Niccolo, and due to Niccolo and Ritson's battling, that's allowing Chill Drive to catch up ever so slightly. He's on a charge right now, and he is...
Ritson going to get past Rich here. So Chill Drive there, back pass into the lead there. Off goes the Williams there, and that is a horrible accident for Richard. A penalty, a stop-go penalty there. That is absolutely despicable there.
And
in comes safety car deployed. That was horrible there. What have you done, Ritson? He just swerved straight across, and there was nothing Ritz could have done. That was absolutely horrifying.
I wonder what you guys are thinking now, because I wasn't expecting that. So we've got our second retirement then of Rich. And now, these guys will, if they want to, if they've been on these tyres for quite a long time, this will be their best opportunity now to pit.
Nicolo's then, look, Nicolo's coming for another set of mediums there. So that's very
good
bold strategy. Now, he's going to come out, Wade's going to come out just ahead of Ryan here, so that's worked in his favour. This is going to be interesting here, so a top go penalty low, so I believe if he doesn't stop, he'll just get that added on. I don't know if he has to stop, Jess, do you know?
Let me just check the stops quickly. Everyone stops.
I meant like, yeah, Richard's got a stop-go penalty, but if he doesn't stop, that'll be added to his end time, won't it?
Yeah, it will, because that's what Codemasters have fixed. So, if you don't do your stop-go, then it will be added. I think it will be a 5 second, I think, it will be added to the end.
5 second penalty, but that was a horrifying, heart in mouth, and I hope that Williams, so both Williams out of this race, for no fault of their own, and I have to say, this is from bad to worse, but the safety car deployed here in Silverstone there. The second in the safety car name, of course, we had the first safety car earlier on, now we have the full safety car as well.
Yeah.
The order so far is Rich and Children, Roberto, Cam, then comes the Rebel of Co, then Tresco and Carthy, Joe, Nick, Fast, Mistrim, Gapping, Rai Racer, Carl, Main Aspect and Robo. Two retirees, of course, Rich, who just crashed out horrifyingly there with Richard, and Mr. Sky as well. I can't expect, by the way, Richard doesn't get a half a penalty from that from the stewards indeed later on, of course, Jeff, but
yeah,
rather unnecessary there, just kind of misjudged potentially the speed he had compared to the Williams to swerve back in front, expecting the Williams not to be there.
Yeah.
Realistically, should have given him space, but unfortunately,
it is not meant to be.
Space. Yeah, maybe just couldn't see the Williams, the blind spot. I don't know what view Richard's on in the car, but second time he's caused an incident. Of course, he caused a bit of an incident last week in Austria, where he slowed the field down in front in the safety car. Ironically, now he's caused the safety car, but. definitely not the best way he wants to see that, of course. And, oh dear, what's going on here, by the way, as, Nicolo has just got past, isn't there? So something's going on there. Nicolo up to P9 now, so something's going on there.
A few people being overtaken. Are they?
Yeah.
Are they trying to catch up? Well, they are catching up to the safety car, but don't forget, no overtaking a safety car. But I don't know, it might be a glitch of the game. I don't know.
Oh. What is going on here under the safety car? They're all getting a little bit impatient here. Again, we saw this last week under the safety car. And actually, there goes King into the back of Nicolo here. They're all getting bumped up here. And look here, as the... What is going on here? Between the Ferrari and the Mercedes here. They're just running into each other here. This is getting a bit unnecessary.
Baku 2017.
Yeah. Safety car in. So, now... We're going to see Ritson back this field up. Let's see. Hopefully he doesn't do what he did last week and just slam on the brakes right in front of him.
And look at that. Kingdom has got a time penalty for a collision with Nicolo.
Yeah, so he has got a penalty. So, again, the concertina effect under the safety car is destroying these drivers' race. As look how slow. This is really unnecessary here. And Chill Drive runs into the side of him here. And here we go, Chill Drive's had enough of it. He's going straight up the inside there. He's absolutely livid here with Ritson. And now gets a penalty. Right race, the penalty. Got Cam out of this race. Cam's run off into the back there of someone. And surely another safety car. That was a horrible accident miss for him there. Nicolo is retired. They're all dropping like flies. They've got cars going off everywhere.
Yeah, I don't see what happened with Nicolo. Oh,
and
yeah,
off goes Karloff as well. Karloff as well, so we got multiple cars off into the wall.
What is going on? I think I can tell that they just want to get racing. They want to be like, hey, I don't want to play around here. And it's just their mindset is going from bad to worse here in Britain. And if they have a negative mindset, then these kinds of mistakes happen. And that's what some of these guys are doing. But Joe doing very well, up into P6. Just made the move past got the Haas as well, so he's doing very well.
Yeah, Coffee, Kingdom and Joe are all running very close together. Cam out of this set and he's livid as well. But I have to say, again, the safety car causing concertina effects. Off goes Kingdom, my apologies. We'll have to get the position back to Coffee, I feel that. Get a lot of time as Robert gets a penalty there. Running wide, and there goes Kingdom, slowing down. Runs out wide. Now here comes the Toro Rosso. Coming to the outside, contact down the straight. Let's not have that. Now here comes Kingdom hit. Oh, free abreast and out of the race. Disconnected from Kingdom there.
Yeah.
And here goes Right Racer trying to come through. Oh no!
Jay Carty's out. I didn't catch that in the stream, unfortunately. I was trying to find out
bubble.
Kingdom Martin. I was trying to find out what would happen to him, but
5 seconds stop there. They've all got penalties in this race. I have to say, tried to get into the slipstream there of Carfi, who did I think it was Ribber there, and just unfortunately that lag bubble we see so often in this game. A little bit of a lag bubble spun him round. That there, unfortunately, racing incident. Corey not happy in the chat. He's so look up. Someone said we only got one retirement. Well, now we've got 5 retirements.
So somebody's jinxed that. Thank God it wasn't us. It wasn't us. So no commentators cursed for us at that moment. So we didn't say it. They did. But anyway, Ritson, I think, has got to make sure that he drives cleanly now, because otherwise he can gain more penalties than he's known. He doesn't want his reputation ruined.
Oh, Chill Drive. Oh.
3-second time penalty. What is going on with the penalties this race? They are stacking up.
Silverstone is bringing out some controversy here.
Yes, they are.
Ferrari in, the Renault in. That's 2 stops there. Gatwick down in 12 with a penalty as well. And, well, this is absolutely incredible.
It's been a good race so far, but there has been a lot of incidents. So hopefully they can keep it clean next week, as DRS is back on now. So if any overtakes need to be done, Joe could potentially
now
get an overtake done pretty soon. He's about 7 tenths behind Coley in the Red Bull. And
yeah, closest battle, like you mentioned, that is. Keeping updated on the top guys as fast, and now Rich is left the session. And I can only expect there to be a steerage briefing about this. But here comes the Red Bull rocking up, the Mercedes trying to come through. But again, this is the situation we saw a few times ago here. And let's look at the difference between tyres. Mediums versus super hard. So 2-step difference of the tyres. And I cannot expect Joe to stay behind that Red Bull for long.
No. He has got
it's not if he does that, like.
He's got to make the move soon, sooner rather than later. Because otherwise he's going to lose a lot of time and the guys behind him could catch up. But
one yellow flag. So who's that gone off the sector one? So
it might be, I think, I don't really know. I didn't really see.
Sector one, it might have Gap Pig.
It might be Gap Pig, yeah. But
yeah,
Ritson,
way down the field.
1.72 clear. Let's go back to Joe and Coley. Joe's a bit too further back to make a move, but he's going to get a DRS, so maybe his best opportunity is now. He's going to get the slipstream as well, which will help him. This DRS straight was first in
He'll have a pop here, Jazz. He'll have a pop here down, I think, into this corner if he's close enough. Not going to do it. He's going to just sit back here, do it down the Wellington straight. Just take his time. The Red Bull you can see running wide. This is a good exit here, but he hasn't got much DRS. I don't think the Red Bull's got a lot either, so let's see, low slipstream. That Mercedes could come straight through, pull to the inside. Red Bull's not going to fight it. Won't fight it there, and up the road you can see a lap car there. That is the main aspect. He's out of this race as well, technically as well. Disconnected indeed. And then you've got Trent's got not too far up the road as well. So possibility here for Joe to get P4 in this race.
Yeah. Robo and Mr. Sim are also gaining quite a lot because they gained 10 positions from where they started as well. So Robo, Mr. Sim and Joe, the big gainers at the moment. And Gab Pig, the biggest dropper, has dropped down 11 positions right now. So
as Joe gets a penalty. Just when we say he could get a position, he gets a penalty.
He's got a penalty anyway. He had a penalty anyway.
That's another one.
So not the best. Gab Pig now is 7 tenths behind Faber in the Sauber.
Yeah, Faber's gone off somewhere because Gab Pig was miles back. Now he's right with him. So has Gab Pig got some damage on that Sauber? I can't say.
It might be the end plate.
Yeah, maybe some end plate damage or something there. Looks like a bit of that. But here comes that Red Bull now all of a sudden flying. Oh, hey!
That was a bit wide off the circuit there. He might have got a warning.
A bit too flying.
Yeah.
Completely sideways, far off as well. And you can see the dirty air not affecting as Kobe now drops back. He's actually in the pits and comes the Red Bull. Clark gets a penalty there. So interesting penalties here at Silverstone. Let's see, Gab Pig closing. I think that's a little bit too optimistic that I say that. Down the inside he goes. Let's see, the Sauber's still there on the outside. He's not giving up. As he does back off, comes in the pits then. So,
yeah, he's gone to the pits. I thought he went wide a little bit there, but nope, he hasn't. Gab Pig stays out. So we're around about 7 or 8 laps left of this Grand Prix. Faber's out. He's been in the pits. I didn't see that,
I cannot believe it. Into a wall, into the pit lane. What an absolute shocker. Haven't seen that before, and that safety car again, virtual safety car deployed. That's going to allow anyone who's near the pit lane to get a free pit stop. Is anyone going to take the gamble?
Let me look at
top
who
3
is or have been on longer tyres. Joe could, let's see how Joe is. I'm going to check if Joe is near pit's entry.
Stays out.
Stays out. How about Robo? Yep, he stays out as well. Mr. Stim, I think
all staying out.
Yeah, not taking that gamble because you never know how long those safety cars going to last. The virtual safety car may last only a short time. It depends.
In fact, I think it's ending right now, actually.
Yeah, it's going to end now.
So back on the rating then, back green flag. So 6 laps to go here in Silverstone. Penalty rise the race. We do not know. Trent's gone meanwhile. caught quite a lot there, and Ryan gets a penalty there as well. So penalties all round, but Trent's gun here could get a podium in this race. He's really catching Herberto here very suddenly. So potentially gained a little bit there under the virtual safety car. Of course, you can't do that if the guy ahead does not keep to the delta and is a bit slower. So a little bit of time gained. Joe just sitting behind as well. Rowboat there as well. Of course, now only 13 runners in this motor race. So it's coming down like a...
Flies.
Yeah, it is going down very dramatically.
It's going down like timber. Just saying, but Trench Gun could get a podium if... I wonder, is Trench Gun have a penalty? Because I know the top three do.
Don't know if he's got a penalty. Well,
We'll double
either
check
way...
later.
Yeah, either way, it could be good. And I believe Richard, well, he's got that 5-second time penalty, so the best he's going to do is finish third right now, but he's also got a 3 seconds, so he's got 7-8 second penalty, so he could be chucked off a podium there.
That won't be good for Ritson, and he could have a penalty added on if it gets investigated. I think it will be likely that that incident with Rich and Ritson will be investigated by the looks of things. It's got to, really. So
yeah, it's unfortunately absolute shambles. But unfortunately, sometimes incidents and carnage and controversy, that's what it makes a great race. And today it is bringing up a stonker of a race.
good old Silverstone, a track where I really want to go and see in real life, but don't have the money. But we're seeing it virtually.
It's impossible.
We're seeing it virtually, and it's a good one.
Silverstone, of course, one of the great places in British motorsport. In fact, in the world. Fun fact, during the British Grand Prix, Silverstone becomes the busiest airport in Europe. In fact, sometimes even the world. So, that's a little fact for you there. Even though you think Silverstone's not an airport, well, technically it is, because it has got a runway.
Yep, it has.
So,
due to the red arrows as well. That is a very good, iconic event that happened throughout this.
Yeah.
Carl Mendes way down the field, though. He is losing it a little bit
out
there.
of this race, actually. Ghost as well. So he's out of this race as well as main aspects. We've really got 11 runners, unfortunately, in this race. And that is a shame, but unfortunately, what can you do?
That happens
11
racing.
runners. Yeah. Racing is racing. Unfortunately, contact and mistakes are inedible. Also, some mistakes in this race are a little bit questionable, but I'll put judgment on that, unfortunately.
No.
As a pig gets a penalty at all. It's unhelpful for the tyre after that. He's down to it a little bit too early. And say, Gav Pig's dropped massively back again. He's really just in this situation wherever he races someone, they just retire or have an incident. So it's unfortunate, really, for Gav Pig to be just there. A chill drive gets a penalty. So that is not what he wanted to see. That's, I think, 9 seconds of penalty. I think Richard might have 13 seconds of penalty.
Joe could get a podium.
Joe could get a podium. Trent could end up winning this race if he's not careful.
Yeah. I will actually, now I was going to check the penalties, but we do have someone that's closing up, which is Ryan Barry and Mr. Stim. Ryan Barry, I think he's going to get his best result, I think, in 8. But he could get one better if he overtakes Mr. Stim. Sauber has done well in real life, and of course, here with him trying to improve each race, it's like the prancing horse for the midfield pretty much, as he takes the final corner with ease there, and he's a bit too further back for Mr. Stim to make the move, but he hasn't got a bit of DRS to make up with. He's going to probably use it now. He's still on quite low ERS at the moment, so he decided not to use.
Yeah, in fact, the ERS is pretty much run out there on these Saubers. That's not ideal.
No.
I'd try and regain a bit of that, but remember, super hards versus the mediums here. So again, a massive difference of size, but you can see here, and this is impressive that Ryan is really flying on those super hards. I'd expect those super hards to be god awful. But in fact, I'm surprised they're not doing too badly. Well, they're not doing the worst. But very interesting, isn't it?
It is interesting to watch, and if you have been liking ILR, make sure you do subscribe to the ILR channel. We are 70 subscribers away from the big 1,000, which will be great if we do reach that. And we're doing good on Twitter followers as well, so make sure you do click the follow to find out what's going on. As still more races to come in Britain, of course. This is not the last one. You will still catch the ones on Sunday as well for PS4 for ILR 1 and 2. But right now, Ryan Berry, I don't think he's going to catch up. We've got Rye Racer and Coley as well. Rye Racer is going to be on the charge soon to try and defend off Coley.
Rye Racer's got a massive penalty, by the way. He's got a 15-second time penalty, I believe. So, not really in the fight, unfortunately. But, let's see what Coley can do still. He's still going to get past without him having contact, and that's the important thing. 2.5 laps to go, 3 laps, give or take, out of this motor race. Yeah, there's 2 laps to go, and I think actually the Red Bull, Jeff, already wanting to come back past. And we've seen Red Bull and Toro Rosso contact a few times in this race.
We have.
So we don't see any more of it.
I hope not. I hope we don't get any contact from them at all. Otherwise, more Ritson. Not the best
and meanwhile,
of days for Ritson.
Up the inside goes the Red Bull. 3 there on Rye Race, who can't do a lot about it. Those soft sides. He's going to try and come back on the exit. Try and get a good cut back here. He might try and get back through here, so it's not over until the old lady sings, and the old lady isn't not stopped singing yet. Up the inside. And let's see, can he get back through? The Red Bull has to back off there, tries to get a good cut back here, runs a bit out wide then. And just sit back, I think, here, Kohei. Don't want to make an unnecessary risk, does do so. Just sit back here, just get the DRS and just try back through the hanger straight. Let's see, that's what they're going to do. On the hanger straight they come then, so he'll go and dummy him, he'll go to the right, up the inside, and nothing this time can Rye Race do about it. Has to back off that one in the end. Good little scrap float there for the final positions.
Final points mean anything to these drivers, especially if the gaps for the midfield are that close. So it is anyone's game for that. 1 point can make a difference between keeping one place in the championship.
Indeed, sometimes winning and losing, Jess, as well. We've seen that a few times in real life Formula 1. Last time we saw that was in 2007. A long time ago now, but hopefully we see such a close field eventually again from Formula 1. Coming on to the final lap of this race, by the way, for your race leader, of course, Ritson. But we do not know if he's going to win this race regarding penalties.
Because I don't think he's got a few penalties up his sleeve, and so does Chill Drive. I think Umberto's only got 1, so Umberto might actually win this race.
Well, let's find out. Just over a lap to go here. Any battles going on the circuit? I fear not, unfortunately. So I have to say, though, this race, steeped in controversy, I think there'll be a talking point after this race for quite a while to come.
Yes, it will.
Penalties and accidents and just drama all around. Into the safety car, into causing the safety car. Unfortunately, that is what we've seen at Silverstone. Of course, next week we go, of course, to the German Grand Prix, of course, in Hockenheimring. And that's going to be an interesting little race indeed.
I'm excited for that.
Then, of course, and after that we go to Hungary and then Spa. So expect the next couple of races to be action-packed. Looking, of course, towards Belgium and Italy. As you then head towards those last couple of races, the flyer race season. When we go back to Asia after the European season ends. But we've still got a few races to go here in Europe. And right now, we've still got just under half a lap to go at Silverstone, and that's it. Ritson has been impressive here. He's pushing the car very hard right now.
Oh no, Chill Drive! What have you done, mate? What have you done?
Another penalty.
He has
and this
thrown
is
away
getting
a
a very
podium.
ridiculous the penalties right now at Silverstone. Meanwhile, though, a very unfortunate situation is your leader, and that's coming through the last corners. In Silverstone, he's done everything he's needed to do. He comes through the last couple of corners, and he has to say, the beautiful action, a lot of controversy, but he comes through those last couple of corners. Redson wins in Silverstone then.
On track.
Regarding penalties, though.
Oh! He didn't serve his stop go.
Jill drives P2.
I think.
Alberto, P1.
How about Trenchgun? Trenchgun gets that podium.
P3.
What's going to happen with Joe? He's a bit too further back at the moment to get that podium, unfortunately. But Trenchgun, his best result of the season. Mega proud of what he's accomplished. Robo G in 6th. So there's one Toro Rosso that's going to have some luck, and it's him.
Yeah, Ryan got past Cody in the end then. So Ryan's going to finish in P7 then. Cross the line he comes. Oh, no, he's not.
A lot of unserved stock goes. So that is Coley in P7 then. Ryan in 8, Mr. Stim in 9. And Rye Racer getting the last point. So both Toro Rossos in the points. And
well, let's see what Gav can go, by the way. I think he's got a lot of penalties as well, but let's see. He's going to finish P11.
Carmez
He does come, and that is last run-up.
So, race full of drama. It had everything except rain, pretty much. But
indeed, well, we can see the top 3. Wales on the top step of the podium. Then McLaren getting another 1-2, and there's a very happy Ben in the grandstand down there. So McLaren 1-2, but it's not the order they were expecting it then. So Wales wins on the British soil then from the 2 Brits. And that is going to be causing a little bit of a ruckus in the UK.
And in the
Wales
chat.
still celebrating. Yes, the chat will be exploding. But McLaren then, Renault then, up the top. So the official order then, here in Silverstone. Alberto wins on penalties then. And here comes all the penalties. Ritson, Trent's gone there in P3. Childrive P4. Joe, fantastic P5. Robo, a fantastic P6. Coe in P7 there ahead of Ryan. Mishram did the best he could there in P8. Ray Racer, P9 there. Gavpig disappointing in P10 there. Oh, sorry, P11 there. Carl there in P12. Main aspect in P13. Farf out of this race in the pit lane. Coffee out of this race as well. Kingdom out of this race due to an issue. Nicholas Kraft on the main straight. Cam out of this race due to an incident. Rich wiped out by Richon in the race. And Mr. Sky out on the first lap.
And interestingly, the guys who finished, Huberto is the only person not to get a penalty. So Huberto didn't get a penalty in the end. We thought we did, but he didn't. So that what helped to get the win. And he's going to do very well with the championship right now. He is, I think he was 2nd, I believe. And he's probably going to get the lead at some point. But that's the end of ILR4 tonight in PS4 in Britain. Any final thoughts before we end the stream?
Well, that was absolutely carnage. There will be controversy leading up, of course, into Germany. And, well, only expect changes may be made, of course. Indeed, apparently quite a lot of Anki drivers as well. So expect penalties and everything coming into next week. Yeah. But all we can say is, thank you from here at Silverstone, and we'll see you in 1 week's time where we head over to Germany in Hockenheimring.